Hello and welcome to FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. More than $500,000 in federal aid is helping residents recover from the tornado that struck East Greensboro in April. FEMA and the North Carolina Emergency Management Office received more than 1,250 registrations for disaster assistance. The Small Business Administration has approved $473,000 in loans. The financial assistance is helping homeowners and renters pay for temporary housing, repair damage that is not covered by insurance, and replace homes completely destroyed in the storm. The assistance also helps cover the cost of disaster-related medical and dental costs, as well as child care, clothing, household items, tools, educational materials, and other necessary expenses or serious needs as determined by FEMA. If assistance has been denied, the reason may easily be remedied. Applicants are strongly encouraged to call the helpline to find out why their application was denied. Storm survivors who have not yet registered for FEMA assistance still have time to do so. Register online at disasterassistance.gov or download FEMA's mobile app. Donations for tornado recovery efforts have surpassed $600,000. These funds are being dispersed to agencies assisting with providing resources to the survivors of the April 15th tornado. Examples of how your donations are making a difference include the Greensboro Housing Coalition paying for utility deposits, rent, and counseling services. The Housing Consultants Group, with funds from the North Carolina Realtors, is helping eligible homeowners pay their mortgage, helping renters pay rent, and assisting with insurance deductibles. Community Housing Solutions is using the donations to assist with electrical box reconnection and related electric utility needs. The Salvation Army has rehoused several families and is addressing basic needs such as food, household supplies, clothing, utility payments, and GTA bus passes. United Way's 211 resource and referral line call specialists can answer questions and connect storm survivors with any of these storm recovery resources. Residents in the tornado-affected area with large amounts of storm-damaged debris are being asked to call the city's contact center to schedule a pickup. Demolition and construction debris should be put in a separate pile from yard waste debris for collection. Yard waste and construction debris that is properly prepared will be collected by solid waste crews on your regular collection day. As a reminder, the yard waste preparation rules are as follows. Yard waste can be bagged in clear plastic bags or put in a 32-gallon trash can. Yard waste can be tied together in bundles no longer than 5 feet long. Cans and bundles should weigh no more than 50 pounds. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's News for Your Health.
Hi, I'm Kate Towery, a registered dietitian for Cone Health Nutrition and Diabetes Services. Do you pack your lunch each day? Maybe getting bored of the same old brown bag lunch? Maybe wondering, is this even healthy? Well, join me today for tips on packing a healthy, well-balanced meal that you and the kids are going to enjoy. Let's get started. When creating a well-balanced lunch, we want to include a few key components, and I like to use a very simple tool called My Plate or the Portion Plate. First, we start with our grains or starches. This provides the body's favorite energy, which is going to keep your brain sharp throughout work and school. Whole grains have the most fiber, which is very heart healthy. Those would include options like your whole wheat crackers, whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, and brown rice. Next, we always want to include a protein. This helps keep you full and satisfied throughout the day. Choose leaner or low-fat options like chicken, turkey, fish, and your vegetarian sources such as beans, nuts and seeds, eggs, and low-fat cheese. Lastly, we really want to try to fill up the rest of our plate with fruits and vegetables, aiming for color and variety because after all, we eat with our eyes first. And these foods have the most nutrition with the lowest amount of calories, so we can get big volume on our plate. They also contain very protective qualities like antioxidants that help keep us from getting sick, which is really important during back to school time. So I've prepared a couple of example meals that are going to be fun and creative for you and the kids and definitely have that healthy balance. So the first one is a new take on the traditional deli sandwich. These are tortilla roll-ups. They're very simple to make. I used whole wheat tortilla as our grain, lots of good fiber there. Spread it with some low-fat herb cream cheese and turkey slices for our protein. Also added a little bit of spinach. You could include some red peppers or pimentos for additional color. Fun little bite-sized sandwiches. We've then paired that with some carrots and grapes, so different textures here, get that color on the plate. And lastly, some unsalted pretzels, which I'm going to pair with a natural peanut butter for additional protein and heart-healthy fats. Next up is one of my favorite things to do is cooking ahead a little bit on the weekend. Really goes a long way for a busy week. My preference, fix the protein. Today I've created a salmon salad similar to what you would make for a tuna salad, chicken salad. You could even do an egg salad, and this would be a great protein dish to use throughout the week in a variety of ways, like on a sandwich or in a wrap or with crackers. Today I've chosen to top the salad on a bed of greens. So the salmon salad, very simple. I use canned salmon, a little bit of low-fat mayonnaise. You could also use plain Greek yogurt. I did put some sliced almonds in there for crunch, as well as the relish, lemon juice to cut the fishy taste, and lots of ground pepper. I've chosen spinach, but any kind of lettuce would work, romaine, iceberg, spring leaf. And we're just going to top the salmon salad onto our bed of greens. I've also packed some tomatoes and red onions for color, so we'll put those on top, as well as balsamic vinaigrette for the dressing. Light Italian or some oil and vinegar would be another healthy choice. And some crackers for our grains and a little bit of crunch. I've also packed these shelf-stable fruit cups. Fruit cups are a great way to get your fruit serving in. However, I recommend choosing the ones in water or 100% juice. The syrups have a lot of added sugar, and fruits are naturally sweet, so we don't need to add any more sugar to them. Lastly, whenever I get a little bored with my lunch options, I try to think back to something I really was excited about as a kid. And for me, that was Lunchables. So today I've created a healthier version of a Lunchable. Instead of pepperoni, we've got turkey kielbasa, a lot lower in fat. Still watch the sodium there. A couple ounces of some cheese. You could also do a spreadable cheese or a low-fat cheese if you're watching your heart health. And some whole grain crackers, whole wheat, or these are actually quinoa and millet. I've paired that with broccoli and cauliflower for our vegetables and a delicious dipping sauce of hummus. This is going to give a good punch of protein to keep you full, as well as fiber from those chickpeas. And our fruit, we've got some sliced green apples. If you are really into these dipping sauces like I was as a kid, the single serve ones are great, but if you want to go a little more financially and environmentally friendly, you can buy in bulk and just invest in some of these small containers. If you're thinking about taking your lunch more often, you may want to go ahead and invest in an insulated lunch bag as well as an ice pack. These are very simple. Just throw them in the freezer till frozen, put them in your lunchbox the next day, and they're going to help keep your food cold that needs refrigeration for up to 4 to 5, maybe even 6 hours. And that's going to help prevent the growth of bacteria and keep your food safe. Another option would be to take a juice box or yogurt or even grapes. Place these in the freezer till frozen cold, place them in your lunchbox the next day, and they're going to keep your food cold as well, but they'll be thawed out and ready to enjoy by lunchtime. Also, don't forget the importance of hand hygiene. Wash your hands with warm soapy water every time before you handle or prepare fresh food to prevent the spread of germs. And I also recommend taking a clean, damp towel and wiping out the inside of your lunchbox after every use. If you're using your lunchbox pretty frequently, go ahead and wash it out with warm soapy water and let it air dry about once a week. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you found some helpful tips to banish that brown bag boredom for you and your family. If you'd like more information, visit conehealth.com/healthy eating. I'm Kate Towery. Enjoy your lunch.
Don't be alarmed if you see an unusual amount of smoke billowing in the sky. There is a reason for it. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. During its Tuesday, June 5th meeting, the Greensboro City Council selected interim city manager David Parrish to assume the role as city manager. His interim capacity began in March after former city manager Jim Westmoreland announced his retirement. Previously, Parrish served as assistant city manager since November 2012. He came to the city of Greensboro after serving as deputy city manager for the city of Danville, Virginia. Mr. Parrish says, "I am honored to move into the role of city manager and appreciative of the support from City Council. Greensboro is home for me. My first job was a park attendant at Bryan Park. Now I'm raising my family here. I'm invested. I am excited to be part of our city team serving this great community." With Greensboro, Parrish has overseen the city's field operations, engineering and inspections, planning, Guilford Metro 911, water resources, transportation, and fire departments. Parrish is an alumnus of Northeast Guilford High School and graduated from UNCG with a bachelor's in recreation, parks, and tourism. He earned his graduate degree in public administration from UNC Chapel Hill. The Greensboro Fire Department plans to conduct live fire training on Tuesday, June 19th at 4607 Byers Ridge Drive. These exercises will allow firefighters to practice extinguishment, ventilation, and search techniques. The training exercises are scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. and will conclude at approximately 5 p.m. Heavy amounts of smoke may be present in the area but should not pose a hazard to the public. All structures used for live fire training conducted by the Greensboro Fire Department meet compliance with North Carolina Department of Environment and Natural Resources, air quality, and the state's public health regulations. Live fire training provides the opportunity for firefighters to gain valuable practice and experience in fire control and extinguishment. The City of Greensboro is accepting applications for its premier public education program, City Academy. The application window is open now through June 30th. This program is celebrating its 15th year and is designed to develop civic leadership and build a stronger city through well-informed and engaged residents. The program is free for all participants. City Academy takes residents behind the scenes of city government operations through interactive presentations at various city locations. Students visit the police firing range, Guilford Metro 911, and the Greensboro Transportation Operations and Maintenance Facility, just to name a few. Classes are held weekly from 5:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. from September through November, with graduation scheduled for November 20th during the City Council meeting. City Academy is open to as many as 30 residents representing all 5 City Council districts and various backgrounds. To apply for the Fall 2018 session, visit the city's website or call the Community Relations Office at 336-373-2723. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate local artists, business owners, community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the city is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on Christina Fuller, the creative genius behind Crafted, the Art of the Taco. Christina Fuller co-owned a fine dining restaurant, The Bistro at Adams Farm, with her mother, but she loved creating off-the-wall taco appetizers. That's how Crafted, the Art of the Taco, was born. It's a place she is still trying creative combos like the Big Truck, a tender pulled pork and mac and cheese taco she threw together one day when she was hungry, and those were the only 2 things ready in the restaurant. And now Christina's got another baby, her newest restaurant, Crafted, the Art of Street Food. It's got a rotating menu of small plates from around the world. They're all spicy, hot, and delicious. If she had to put a name to it, Christina would call her food globally inspired, with a nod to her southern roots, as every dish seems to be a perfect balance between sweet, savory, and spicy. To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. The Water Resources Department is working with an international artist to bring visual vibrance to one of our water treatment plants. We'll tell you all about it coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city's Water Resources Department is rolling out a project that will educate the community about the importance of water while providing public art in a heavily traveled area of Midtown. Joining me now to tell us about this exciting project that involves a world-renowned artist is Steve Drew. He is the Director of Water Resources and Assistant City Manager. Hello, Steve. Welcome back. Always good to see you.
Carla, good to see you.
Thank you. Now, it's common to display logos on a water tank, but not a mural. So what inspired this concept?
Yeah, well, we decided to not place a Water Resources logo and graphic on this particular water tank. And at the time, we didn't know that we were necessarily going to go to a mural. But a couple of years ago, I made a presentation at the Community Sustainability Council, and there I met the chair, Fawn Finley. We got into discussion about education for the environment, in particular water. As you know, water is life, which is the theme of our mural. So we took a little trip to Mitchell. We walked around, and what was important to me to tell her was we wanted to put some artwork along the fence line where the soon-to-be greenway will pass by. And we wanted passers-by, users of the greenway, to see the Mitchell water plant and begin to learn and understand about the legacy of Greensboro's water supply and what life is like living in the watershed. She walked around and quickly surveyed, and she said, "What about that tank over there? It's a beautiful canvas. Have you thought about mural art for the tank?" There we go.
Okay, well, I like great ideas that come together, but obviously you need an artist to put this visual perspective on the tank. How did the artist selection go about, and how did you come to get Mr. June?
Mm-hmm. So a team was assembled, to a committee, if you will, and we had on that team people who were involved in sustainability, like Fawn and others. We had people from the art community, we had people from Parks and Rec and other professionals, and including people from the development community, like as in economic development. And so with that team, there were discussions about the dome, but what we had to start with was the technical aspect of it, because this is sort of a complex canvas. It's different than painting the wall of a building because it has curvature, it has texture. There are certain requirements too, because this is epoxy coated, because it is a drinking water covered reservoir. So we had to make sure that, you know, whatever the materials are appropriate, even approved by our governing bodies, and then it has longevity to it. So the technical piece was important to make sure we had artists. So an RFP was crafted, of course, describing what the theme was, water is life, because it is all about the water environment. And it went out. There were 25 proposals received. And of those 25, there were several, maybe 7 or 8, that were from the local area. So it was great. The team did a good job at reviewing everything, but lo and behold, one popped out. It had the wow factor, and that was Mr. June's.
Okay, well, I'm so excited and looking forward to seeing the completed project. What do you hope the community takes away from this? You mentioned folks walking by and using the greenway, but what is your goal?
Yeah, so the goal is, you know, we are not only in charge of or charged with treating water for the public and protecting the environment, and even taking wastewater and reclaiming it and returning it back, and also managing stormwater. You know, we're all one water with those 3 pieces. But we have a very important role to engage the public in education, because we need them as partners in becoming good stewards of that from which they own or are part of. We all live in a watershed. So we do this by face-to-face encounters and sometimes websites and printed media. But it never occurred to me until I got involved with this team and their leadership to understand, you know, even though art is subjective, it can reach out and grab you if it's done right. And then it causes people to be drawn in to be inquisitive, to ask questions and want to know more. We absolutely believe that this mural is going to do that. It's in a great location. It's visible right there at the corner of Battleground and Benjamin, and it's going to scream out, water is life.
Okay, and when will all of this get started? When will it be finished so we can take a look at it?
Well, as we speak, Mr. June is on site, and some of the painting has begun. And I understand there's going to be a reveal on June the 15th.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Steve. It's always nice to see the interesting and innovative ways that you incorporate water education, and this is going to be very visual and vibrant, and we look forward to seeing it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for a little-known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about what's happening in the city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you can't attend, we broadcast the meetings live right here on GTN, and we stream the meetings live on the city's website. Council meetings take place at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesdays of the month on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The first meeting of the month includes public comments and special presentations. Meetings on the third Tuesday of the month focus on public hearings and city business. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Greensboro Transit Authority, or GTA, is setting its sights on what transportation will look like in 2040. As a result, GTA's Mobility Greensboro 2040 plan recognizes the vital need for an updated public transportation system. The mobility plan will establish long-term strategies and programs designed to make Greensboro's bus system more efficient and increase the number of riders. To achieve this, GTA is conducting an in-depth study that assesses the changing transit needs of the Piedmont Triad's residents, workers, students, and visitors. The study will unfold over the next 18 months. Residents can help to shape the future of Greensboro by taking a moment to complete an online survey. The study will shed light on untapped markets and service areas where service can be redirected, determining what network structures work best and what new services of technology can be utilized. For more information about Mobility Greensboro 2040 or to take the survey, please visit getonboard2040.org. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Hey, this is Jody. This weekend, there are a lot of great music events happening around the city, so let's get started. On Friday, there will be a tornado relief concert featuring Fabrizio Basso Jazz Quartet at the Van Dyke Performance Space. Fabrizio Basso is a world-renowned Italian trumpeter and jazz star, and these incredible Italian musicians accepted to stop in Greensboro on their U.S. tour. All proceeds support tornado relief efforts at Hampton, Irwin, and Peeler Elementary. Also on Friday, Summer Night Lights, also known as SNL, will be hosting an event at the Greensboro Sportsplex. SNL is a free series of summertime events and activities for teens ages 13 through 18. This free event features basketball, a DJ, pizza, flag football, soccer, and games. The doors close at 9 p.m., so get there early. For more information on SNL activities, visit greensboro-nc.gov/SNL. On Sunday, come out for Music for a Sunday Evening in the Park, or MUSEP for short. This week, the Philharmonia of Greensboro will be performing at 6:30 p.m. The concert is free and will be at Lindley Park. Visit greensboro-nc.gov/MUSEP for a complete MUSEP schedule. On Tuesday, June 19, legendary songwriter, recording artist, and performer Paul Simon will embark on his farewell concert tour, Homeward Bound. Paul Simon and his band are bringing to the stage a stunning, career-spanning repertoire of timeless hits and classic songs which have permeated and influenced popular culture for generations. For ticket information, visit GreensboroColiseum.com. Plan to Play is Greensboro Parks and Recreation's new system-wide master plan. Plan to Play will provide a framework for the use and development of the city park system for the next 20 years. As part of the 2038 master plan process, we'll be asking residents a series of questions about our park system and program offerings. Please join the conversation. This month, we'll be asking residents to tell us what new facilities they want. For more information, visit greensboro-nc.gov/plan-to-play. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN to find out more about events happening on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has 22 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. This week we place the spotlight on Minority and Women Business Enterprise, or MWBE. This office promotes inclusive bidding for businesses owned by minorities and women, using its economic power of purchasing to extend contract opportunities to all interested companies. Encouraging minority and women-owned companies to bid on city contracts increases competition, stimulates the local economy, and helps to ensure diligent use of public funds. Through the MWBE program, the city provides minorities and women an equal opportunity to participate in all aspects of city contracting and purchasing programs, and prohibits discrimination against a person or business in pursuit of these opportunities on the basis of race, color, sex, religion, or national origin. On the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the City of Greensboro. June is National LGBTQ Pride Month. The city and its employees strive to be an ally in our progressive policies, including the 2015 ordinance passed by Council. This established inclusiveness and protections to employees, preventing discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. The ordinance also called for the implementation of LGBTQ benefits that are extended to family members. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.